some clients, they bounce back really quick and they're out putting in offers on homes. But then for other clients, like that's the home that got away. And they try to compare every single home to that home that got away.
Welcome to Loans Elevated, the podcast that brings you the latest industry news, expert interviews, and insightful discussions that will help you stay ahead in this dynamic market. I'm your host, Broch Lassig, and I've spent years in the trenches of the mortgage industry, helping individuals and businesses navigate the complex landscape of real estate financing.
I'm your co-host, TJ Heidenreich, and together, we'll cover a wide range of topics, from business strategies that skyrocket your success to mindset and motivation that fuel your growth. There's nothing worse in real estate when you're out looking at properties, and looking at properties can be a journey in itself, but you find the one that you fall in love with, or the client finds the one they fall in love with. They go to make an offer. They think they've got a competitive offer. They think they've got a shot, and they get the bad news.
Yeah.
Their offer's not accepted. It sucks. I've had clients have that happen to them in the past. They're not happy. And it seems like some clients, they bounce back really quick and they're out putting in offers on homes. But then for other clients, like that's the home that got away. And they try to compare every single home to that home that got away. And
some will even quit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Some home buyers quit. So that's where, surprisingly enough, your lender can come in.
Oh, right? For sure.
I think
the key difference, I think.
For sure. And we're honored to say that we have one of the highest percentages in terms of getting our offers accepted with our buyers, because we're so involved in that offer process to help out our agents to make sure that we can.
So we actually have a process.
Yep. There's an actual winning process. So let's dive into our winning process on how we win the offer for the buyers.
Yep.
First, price to win. You can't go in a competitive market, which this market, we're in a transitional market right now. Either you're going to be able to negotiate with the sellers and get your, get concessions or have terms more in your favor, or it's going to be competitive.
Might be multiple offers.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. So it's price to win. That, first of all.
Having the intuition on the property itself,
mm-hmm.
and then writing the offer that is priced to win. Yeah. So understanding and having the intuition there, I think it is getting us involved as well, because we can have the insights on what's going to be more favorable for the client and their goals and structure and monthly payments and whatnot, which eliminates you having to go back and, I guess, write another offer to a counter offer. And I mean, it's a winning offer from the beginning. So it's going to put our best foot forward, and that's ultimately going to help get these offers accepted.
Oh, for sure. Second is a 5-day inspection period. So what that means is once the contract is signed and you're officially under contract, you've got 5 days to get the property inspected, to make sure there's nothing deal killing wrong with the property. You're not walking, you know what you're walking into when you sign at closing, that's pretty quick. 5 days, that is quick. So you got to make sure that your team has everything lined up beforehand. So if it does get accepted, you're ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
Next is a quick loan approval period. We say 7 to 10 days, and talk with us first when writing the offer. But what that does is the seller's main motivation, what they're looking for, they want a guarantee.
Is this going to close?
Is this going to close?
I don't want to go back on market 30 days from now.
Exactly. And usually after that loan approval period, that's when your earnest money is going to be non-refundable or hard.
Yeah, because days on market is what kills a lot of sellers.
Exactly.
And they know that. So the quicker they can weed out buyers who are under contract,
mm-hmm.
whether that means you're serious and you're actually going to close or you're going to cancel, the better. And that's their biggest motivation.
Right. Oftentimes, listing agents don't advise their clients to start packing until they've passed that deadline.
Finance and appraisal.
The finance and appraisal deadline. So if you want to give that seller more of a guarantee, write a quicker deadline for that finance and appraisal deadline, and then that will give them that assurance that they can start packing and know that this deal is going to close and they're going to get their funds so they can move on to their next property.
Well, and sometimes that helps with not being the highest offer. You don't even have to be the highest offer always if you have more of a guarantee to the seller.
Exactly.
If your closing date is 10 days after
mm-hmm.
contract and you're $2,000 less than an offer that's at a 30-day contract, sometimes that's going to be more attractive to a seller.
Oh, for sure. 10 times out of 10. It boils down to motivation. You've got some sellers that highest and best is that's most important to them. Maybe they don't really have as much of motivation for timeline.
Yeah.
But then you've got some that it's a domino effect. They need
most
this
of the time
transaction
they need
to
move
close
on
in order for them to purchase their new house. So yes, the quick deadline will definitely help. Number 4 is waiving the appraisal contingency in itself. And that sounds scary, and we've got to be tactical about this, right? But if you waive the appraisal contingency, that doesn't mean you can't get an appraisal on the house. A lot of people think that. Even agents I talk to, they're like, well, we don't need an appraisal. Well, no, we'll still get an appraisal on the home, but
it just means you don't have that contingency period of canceling primarily due to the appraisal.
Exactly. So if that's the case, what we'll do is we will rush the appraisal to get that done within the 5 days
of your due diligence.
Exactly.
So you could still cancel within the 5 days of your due diligence.
Exactly.
Because that is part of due diligence.
Yep.
When you're inspecting the property and the value.
Yep. Next is offering a quick close. We can offer as little as a 12-day close, sometimes even 10. But we'll say 12 for this case, and which is crazy fast. The average closing time for a lender is 30 days.
Oh, yeah.
But when we pre-approve clients, we want to make sure that they are fully pre-approved. Full
credit, income assets, all of it up front.
Everything is fully verified. We get everything up front. That way we can offer this quick closing and get underwriters' eyes on it beforehand to make your offer the most competitive as possible.
Essentially no borrower conditions remaining. Once you go under contract, it's just property condition.
Exactly.
Inspections, appraisal.
And maybe some title work.
Yep.
And we're good to go. And then the last couple are also important. So number 6, add either Broch, Ryan, or myself on a text with the listing agent or just give us their information. We can reach out.
Call them. Yep.
We'll reach out to that listing agent and brag you up. We'll tell you what a good borrower you are. We'll tell them the process we've done thus far, talking about the point we just talked about previously on credit, income, assets.
Yep.
How much of an in-depth we actually do, because lenders don't go as in-depth as we do up front to make sure.
The pre-approval letter is an actual pre-approval.
Yep, exactly.
I had a listing agent tell me once, she's like, oh, it's good to hear it's worth more than the paper it's on. And that's it's very true.
And it's sad that the agents have to think that nowadays, because you've got some lenders out here that write pre-approvals left and right.
They give pre-approvals, but they took a 20-minute phone call application with the client. And got all verbal information.
Yeah, everything verbal,
and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah,
you're pre-approved."
You know how that goes.
Right. Yeah.
And then they actually get the documentation.
And then there's problems.
And yep.
Then people lose earnest money.
Yep. Exactly. And no one's happy at that point.
Oh no.
Agent, buyer, seller, listing agent, and us. No one's happy.
Oh, for sure.
Also, too, when we speak with listing agents, oftentimes they'll tell us information that they won't tell agents. Like, they might tell us more about the other offers they have, or what this offer is missing that we might be able to add to. So that way we can relay that information back to our buyer's agent.
Because it's more natural for us to get into the finances than it is with the buyer's agent.
Yep. And then that could honestly save that deal and that transaction and that dream home of yours. And then last is copy us on the email, because we've got a formatted email template that we send out after that offer is sent out. Yeah. That also just it reiterates what we've already said on the phone. That case, if we aren't able to talk to them, if they don't pick up, they also have that in email with the offer too.
Something to refer back to. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
And makes it just seem a little bit more official, especially with the offer template and the pre-approval letter that we've already called and told them, like, this is an actual pre-approval. It's just the multiple layers. That's what ends up turning it into an offer that really stands out.
Well, and not to toot our own horn here, but I've had multiple agents accept offers from us just because I called. We had multiple properties on this, or multiple offers on this property, and I was the only lender that called.
Yeah. I typically have to track down the lenders and ask them the questions.
Yeah.
So
right.
Thank you for actually calling me proactively.
Yeah, it's refreshing for them oftentimes, and then also because of our reputation in the market as well, we've also seen offers get accepted just because it's our name on the pre-approval letter. Yeah. It gives you that leg up and an extra competitive advantage.
For sure. Yep, 100%.
So I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions regarding creating a winning offer, reach out to Ryan or myself. We would love to help out wherever we can. Thank you for tuning in. For more industry insights, follow us on all platforms at Loans Elevated.
And to get in touch with our team, call or text 801-713-4000 or visit loanselevated.com.